have left Haines Junction. I apologize, the last video cut off rather abruptly because some message came on the phone and about roaming, and it shut the video down. So I had planned to stop it anyway at Haines Junction, as I left Haines Junction going on over to Tok. We've got about 440 kilometers before we get to where we're staying for the night. So we'll be in there about 6:30. I sincerely doubt that we'll get there quite that early. Gentlemen, back when I was fueling in Haines Junction, informed me that the road got pretty rough up here with frost heaves, and really had to slow down about 30 miles an hour. I hope he was talking about miles per hour, not kilometers per hour. But anyway, we'll see what the road brings. I thought it was an interesting contrast now as I'm traveling west for the most part. And on the north side of me are mountains, but there's no snow. They're just rocky, rounded off mountain. No craggy edges or anything. Unfortunately, with the trees right down here, you can't see too much about that. And on the left side of me, or the south side, there is still the craggy, snow-capped, snow-covered in places, mountains. And I thought this kind of an interesting contrast. I'm not sure, I'm not that good a judge of distance, but I would think there's probably not more than 5, maybe 10 miles separating the two. And the north side is just mountain, and the south side is craggy, no-cap mountain. I just thought that was kind of interesting. You may not find it that way, but that's okay, I did. And so I thought I'd mention it. Also, you notice along the side there's more wildflowers, little pink flowers, yellow flowers, lots of wildflowers along through here. Just an observation. Hope you can see that in the video. So we'll watch for the frost heaves. I'm sure the video will get quite jumpy at that point. If it's probably already is. It looks pretty jumpy there where it is. But that's really a fact of life. I can't make this thing ride any smoother. I wish you could. Gentleman also told me back there, said, was looking at my camper and my truck, and he said, you know, you can sell that thing up here for a whole lot more than you paid for it. So that's two more people, two people I've been have told me that. So I don't have any real desire to, but if a man offered me enough money, I would certainly fly home. So anyway, I'm gonna let y'all take a nap, and I will, if I see something interesting, I will let you know. Yeah, looks like we might have a frost heave coming up or two here. Beautiful little downhill. You can see the road twisting and winding ahead. Typical of the road. We are, by the way, on the Alaskan Highway, the Alcan Highway, as they call it. And so it can have some pretty rough areas in it. We'll pull off to the side where people could, I guess, spend the night if they choose. going on here just a little bit longer. See what we see over the hill. I always wonder what's over the next hill or around the next curve. You just kind of lose track of time when you're driving along like this and you got so much to see that you've never seen before. You just sort of lose track of time and you realize, hey, I'm going 100 miles. Didn't know it. We got about 250 miles or so to go today. Yet. Had lunch in Haines Junction, little cafe. I think it might have been run by some Vietnamese people, I don't know. But had a pork chop burger, they called it. It was basically a pork tenderloin, deep fried, and put between two pieces of bread, a bun. And it was pretty good. Got a bicycler head, looks like. A lot of bicyclers up here. Bicyclers and motorcycles. There was one place I stopped, I think it was in Little Nugget or someplace like that, right after I got on the Alcan back Thursday, I guess it was, last week. There was a sign-in sheet there that people who were bicycling across Alaska, and they were marking down their name and where the hometown was, what their start point was, what their end point was going to be, and how far they had ridden. And what caught my attention was there was one gentleman there from Huntsville, Alabama, and of course that's my hometown, and so and not somebody I recognized, but I'm glad to see that Huntsville's represented on that bicycling trail. But a lot of bicycles, a lot of motorcycles. They all got more chutzpah, I guess I want to say, than I do. Nice little lake up ahead of us on the right. Not sure what that is. Maybe it'll give us a hint when we get up there. That's beautiful country. Beautiful country. We are still in the Yukon, by the way. Most of this trip today will be in Canada. Excuse me. Silver Creek. And then tomorrow, well, and then probably the next week we'll all be in Alaska. Stirring up so much dust up here, I got a feeling we're going to hit a gravel road. Had a lot of dust up on the left, so probably a gravel section there. There are a few of those. Or it may just be wind kicking up the dust over there. We'll find out. swirling over there. Looks like it's just the wind kicking up dust over there. Like a little desert over there. We'll see. Again, you can see the contrast on the north side of the road. We're actually traveling southwest now, but on the north side of the road you see just bald, clean, clear mountains on the north side, and on the south side you see the snow-capped mountains. Southwest a little bit now, because we'll follow sort of a southwest trajectory now down to Tok, and as we continue to work down towards Anchorage, it'll all be traveling southwest from this point on. So we've made that turn now. Bicyclers. I'm still a little perplexed about what that is I'm looking at over there. I'm still not sure if it's dust, but it looks like a bog over here to my right, so I don't see where it would be all that dusty, and unless it's a gravel road over there, and I don't look to be a gravel road, I see a bridge over the creek. I got a feeling that might be like a hot spring of some sort. Somebody had talked about some hot springs up here, so it could very well be that. We'll see. We'll see. Fixing to cross over that section. We'll see what it looks like when we get there. I'll keep recording till I get there. Another bicycler. Pretty prolific right here. This is certainly the most traffic I've seen so far since we got on, since we left Haines, actually. There's a big crosswind area up here. So maybe it is dust. I'd hate to be bicycling through it. But don't clog up my air filter. Dust blowing up here, and I'm starting to feel the effects of the crosswind, so I'm going to slow down just a little bit. absolutely weird. Like I've all of a sudden run into the desert. I wondered one of those bicyclists was kind of dusting himself off that I met, and another of them, they were all wearing handkerchiefs over their nose. Okay, so we know now it was just dust. It's just like it's parched soil here. Water's dried up, and just a desert. I mean, it is an absolute desert right here. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. All right, I'm gonna let y'all take a nap for a little bit. I'll holler at you if I see something interesting. Okay, I'm back. Looks like they're saying that there's like a bighorn sheep collision area up through here, so maybe we'll see a bighorn. Also, they're saying rocks on the road, so they got me down at 60 kilometers per hour as we go through this area of rock slide potential. We're circling this big lake. I don't know what it is. They have yet to tell us. So maybe we'll see a sign here in a little bit. Saw one sign, but it was in a language I couldn't understand. Called Soldier Summit Trail. That's just the name of the trail. I'd like to do a little trail hiking, but time's not going to permit today to do any hiking. Okay, we're going to accelerate back up a little bit. Still looking for those big orange sheep. Of course, I'm still looking for my moose and my caribou. Hopefully we'll see some yet. And whatever else we can find, maybe some more bears. Bear count I think is at 5, but not as much as some of the people I've talked to have seen. I'm sure if I'd gone up into Chilcat recreation area and stayed up there last night, I would have probably seen some more. I saw some comments on their recreation area that people being trapped by bears. They were cornered and didn't know what to do, and I was not sure I would know either. So I didn't. I just stayed on the roadside last night, as y'all saw. Following this beautiful lake. Wow, this thing is humongous. Around this big mountain. If these folks that live up here live off the land, or if they have to drive 100 miles to get groceries. I don't know if I told you or not, but back when I was at Blown Away Ranch down in Oregon, a young lady there told me that she had to travel, I believe she said 54 miles one way to buy groceries. And so she would buy like $3,000 worth of groceries at a time and bring them home, stock them up for the next month or two. And I'm sure that's what these people up here do, is the essential to travel quite a ways to get them and then store them. Their meats, they probably hunt, and certainly could do plenty of fishing here. But there are things like coffee, flour, meal, things like that I'm sure they have to go purchase, because I certainly don't see any place growing corn up here. All right, y'all take a nap. I'll be back. Well, I think I was mistaken a while ago when I said that we had turned the tip and started southward. That will not happen until probably somewhere just before Tok or right after Tok. I was thinking in my mind on the map. Excuse me. And so we are still, sorry, got peanuts stuck in my throat. We are still working our way northwest, and we won't turn to a southward trajectory until after Tok. So, thought I would correct that in case any of you are looking at the map and say, wow, he's all the way up there. So we're not up to that point yet. Lots of little kind of primitive off-grid kind of camping spots along through here. All right, y'all can go back to sleep for a little bit. Well, I pulled over for a few minutes, and I guess a lot of traffic got ahead of me. And then we hit a stop, road work situation right after I pulled back out of my stop, and we are now kind of easing along at 60 or so kilometers per hour. We went through a long stretch of where they're doing road repair. Got to experience some of the Alcan with on the gravel, and so there's a long line of people ahead of me, and there's an idiot that decided he's going to pass them all. It would be nice if the guy up in front would go ahead and speed up a little bit, but I think he's being very, very careful, running really slow. And I really don't want to get out there and pass a whole string of RVs that are in front of me. So he needs to pull over and let people by if he's not willing to go on. When most of us were running 40 or 45 kilometers through the gravel, he was doing 20. So I'm stuck in traffic right now. I don't like being stuck in traffic. That's what I come up here for, get away from traffic. So maybe I'll see an opportunity to get around some folks. But they're all bunched up, so you can't pass one by himself and then can't do a hopscotch thing because everybody's right behind one another. Maybe we'll come to a pull off here in a little bit and he'll pull over. we're still passing this big lake. It's the name of the lake is spelled K-L-U-N-E. I guess it's Clooney. K-L-U-A-N-E. Clooney Lake. It is a monstrous lake, and so at least I'm glad to know the name of it. Actually, that's why I pulled over to get my map out to see what the name of the lake was. That was a big mistake. Another repair spot here. So I called my host and told him GPS said I'd be there about 6:30, but what I'm guessing is going to be closer to 7:30. Well, that lead guy that's running the slowest, looked like he decided to pull over. One in front of me pulling over. So maybe I can get on down the road. So anyway, y'all take a nap. I'll wake you up when I need to let you know something. Yeah, coming to another section of gravel. So I guess we've got to slow down here just a little bit. Let you see what the road actually looks like and while it's under construction. That's a little bit of the typical Alcan, what they tell me. We'll hit more and more of those spots as we continue along. One of the things I've started noticing here now as we continue northwest, we have left pretty much all the snow-capped icy mountains behind, and just regular green and rocky mountains. So I think it's interesting. I don't know if it's the westward trend or if it's the northern trend, but one of the two. We have left that range behind. That was the St. Elias, I believe they call it, mountain range, and we've left it behind, and we're now just looking at just regular mountains. But they have their own grandeur as well, without the snow. All right, just wanted to show y'all that. Let's go back to sleep. Well, I hadn't forgot about y'all. Just hadn't been a whole lot of change in scenery. The road's gotten pretty rough, as you can see. We're hitting a lot of rough spots, patchwork, some frost heaves. Fortunately, there's a trailer in front of me, and I can kind of watch where that trailer's taking it and see it bounce, and I kind of did get a good feeling for what I need to do. Looks like over to our right there might be some rain over there. Some pretty heavy clouds. It looks like rain coming down over there on that little mountain across the way to the right. Not a whole lot of change otherwise. We're, like I said before, we left the White Mountains behind, and now we're seeing mostly green mountains. We got about let's see, a little less than 180 miles for the day. There's one of those rough spots. So we're just cruising along. Ain't no point trying to get in there real early when all I'm gonna do is park and sleep, and maybe do a little planning for tomorrow. I get to meet my new host and see what their life's all about. One of the nice things about this Harvest Host thing and Boondockers Welcome, you get to meet all these folks, and they get to meet you, and kind of learn a little bit about each other's lifestyle, where you've been, what you're doing. Most of them are RVers and one sort or the other themselves. So roads pretty horrible. So I'm not gonna punish y'all with a lot of bouncing about. I'll just pause it unless there's something really interesting comes up, like a bear in the middle of the road or a moose in the middle of the road, and then we'll get back with you. Otherwise, you can continue your nap, and we'll talk to you later. Well, we're hitting a lot of patches of gravel, about 70 kilometers per hour, about as fast as you want to go on these. They've been wet down. I don't know if it looks like they may have some kind of a tar or something on them. Also hitting a few frost heaves, as you may have noticed there. And I had been following a fifth wheel trailer for a long ways, and I was kind of enjoying sitting behind him or her. I think it was her driving. But sitting behind and watching the trailer and see which way it was going to go, so I'd know which way I wanted to steer. But then when we got to those gravel patches, the driver had dropped down to doing, like 25 kilometers per hour through the gravel, and I just didn't want to go flying by him, but I had to go on by. Run up on another motorhome that was really taking it slow and easy, and they just pulled over and let me ease on by, trying not to throw any gravel at folks. But be interested to see what the side of the truck looks like, and the side of the camper. I did put mud guards on before I left home, and hopefully that prevent any damage from the gravel. But it's throwing a lot of gravel, so we're gonna cruise on down. I think I left behind most of that stuff. I found that driving this thing with in the tow haul mode benefits me a lot on these kind of roads, because I can just kind of back off on the accelerator, and it'll kind of slow itself down pretty sharply, and a whole lot less use of the brakes. So, and I seem to be getting a little bit better fuel mileage for some reason in the tow haul mode. I would have thought it'd been the other way around, but it does seem to be helping some. So we're still cruising along. We're still on Alaskan Highway 1, and we look to be about maybe 40 miles, give or take, from the U.S. border, and about 150 or so from our destination for the night. So we'll see where we get to. A lot of these signs around here, I see destination discovery, and I don't know if that's a Yukon thing, part of their convention visitor stuff. But see, like there's an RV park on the left. Looks like a full hookup type RV park. Pretty nice looking. But I'm going to be in a boondocker's welcome tonight. So, mountains are really pretty along through here. Looks like we're going to west now, right now, so looks like we'll skirt around the north edge of it. Pretty significant river. It didn't say what it was. I don't know if the map says so or not. Don't see it called out on the map either. Oh, all in all, it's a pretty good day. I think I've probably seen the most variation in terrain today that I've seen on most days on the trip. Usually, from start to finish, the terrain is pretty similar during my day's travel. Today, it seems like the terrain has a lot of changes to it, from desert-looking terrain to heavy vegetation. Ooh, there's a big one. To snow-capped mountains. Well, there's lots of different terrains on today's travel. Of course, I'm driving probably a little bit farther in the day than normally I would, but it's just no point in rushing to get somewhere just to sit. So I figure I might as well make the mileage while I can, and I'm going to get to Fairbanks and get to Anchorage and places like that where I can just kind of chill out, sightsee. Oh, anyway, I'll let you go back to your nap, and I'll wake you later. Yeah, here's a little more of what the Yukon and the Alcan has to offer in the way of gravel roads. They have not wet this one down, so we're kicking up quite a lot of dust. The little motorcycle up front of me, I had to back off a little bit because he was throwing a lot of dust. Sorry about the bumps. Call Canada. Anyway, we're continuing on. We're about 60 kilometers from the border now. You can see we got some pretty significant little slowdowns here. Over to the let's see, I'm going north. Over to the west, it's looks like a pretty good rain shower over there. I don't know. I hope it's not going to sweep across us.